Welcome to the Kitchen of Chaos. We're trying a new method for chili colorado today. This is ground chuck, not ground, it's chuck roast, and I browned it in whole, and then this morning I put it in the fridge because I was going to put it in the oven overnight, but I forgot. So now I'm going to cube it up. I've cubed it up into about 1.5 inch or 1 inch pieces, and I've been browning it, get it nice and brown, and then I'm going to put it in the oven at 250 for 3 or 4 or 5 hours. And I'm using Chile Guajillo today instead of New Mexico chilies because that's what I had. So we'll see if that works. And we're boiling those in the pot for about 20 minutes or so until they turn brighter red and they're not leathery anymore. And then we're going to blend them up and make the sauce. And then we'll put the sauce in with the meat and put it in the oven. Alright, since I've got this good beefy fond again, turn up the fan so you can hear me. I'm just going to put in some of the liquid that I got from browning the roasts last night anyway. Which is, it's got a little bit of red wine in it, and I put in about 2 tablespoons or 3 of cumin, a little bit of cinnamon, salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to get this goodness off of here, and then use this liquid to blend up the chilies instead of the soaking liquid. I found that the soaking liquid makes the chilies bitter. So I'm going to think they're about ready. So I'm going to take them out and take off the stems and leave most of the seeds if I can, and then blend them up with this liquid. And what? Are you the goddess of light? Okay, so this is half a cup of flour and a half a cup of oil. So I'm basically going to make a roux. This isn't, strictly speaking, the proper method. It's in some recipes they do this, thicken it up, and they sometimes use corn flour and they sometimes use blended up corn tortillas. But some of them just call for flour, and I'm using this because it's what I have. It's easy and I'm kind of out of time. So I'm going to make a roux, and then I'm going to put in the liquid, and this is the roasting liquid, flavored seasoned beef browning stuff. And I put that in with the chilies. I'm going to put in half of an onion and about 6 cloves of garlic and blend that up with the chilies. And then I'm going to put in some Mexican seasoning spices and maybe some cayenne pepper. And that looks pretty good. So let's get the chilies blended up. Alright, so this is the Guajillo chili, has some garlic on the bottom and then half an onion on top with some Chinese, a very small amount of Chinese 5 spice and then some Mexican seasoning. I just put some Chinese 5 spice in there because it's... And then this is the liquid. The browning liquid. Looks like a lot. Oh well. We'll cook it down. And then I'm just going to blend this up, and I think I might have to strain it after all because the skins are pretty leathery on these guajillos. So blend it up, and then we're going to put it in the roux and simmer it for a minute. You want some, dude? Yeah, I want some too. It is good stuff, Maynard. Okay, so this is... The sauce is delicious. I'm going to put in a little bit more salt, and I put in some onions in with the meat. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of salt here, and maybe adjust the sweetness a little bit. Maybe put a tiny bit of honey in at the very end. But I'm going to let it cook with the meat first before I decide, because the meat has some seasonings in it. Oh my goodness, I could drink that whole thing right there. So we'll put that in the oven for a few hours at 250. And I'll check back with you then. So I had to take some sauce out because it was going to overflow and boil and ruin my oven. So I took a little bit of the sauce out and I put it in for 350 it's going to be about 3 hours. It took me longer than I thought, so I'm going to have to speed up the process. Holy smoke, I wish I could convey how good the house smells right now. It's been about oh my goodness. It's been about, let's see, 2 hours. I'm going to take one of the pieces of meat out and check it, and if it's tender, I'm just going to turn down the heat and let it stay warm. Man, I can't believe how good it smells. I'm salivating. Alright, so I've left it in for about an hour and a half, and it is perfect. It cuts with a fork, and is delicious. Absolutely most fragrant. Good stuff. So it's time for dinner. Love that color. That is phenomenally good.